Hi everyone, my name is Mohammad Narzwandi and my topic today is Flouting Bayesian Maxims, a discourse analysis of relationship venting and interpersonal frustration on social media threads. Let's begin with the context. Digital venting has become a widespread practice for emotion regulation and seeking social support. While traditional private messaging offers a closed outlet, public or semi public social media venting often yields mixed emotional outcomes depending heavily on how the audience responds. In computer mediated communication, users face a major challenge: the absence of nonverbal cues like tone of voice or facial expressions. Individuals strategically rely on what we call textual paralanguage, such as using emojis, non-standard punctuation, and linguistic exaggeration to convey emotional intensity and pragmatic meaning in this text environment. This brings us to the research problem. While digital painting is heavily documented on older platforms like Facebook, Meta's thread remains critically underexplored. Methodologically, there's a distinct scarcity of quality discourse analysis in this area, leaving us with a shallow understanding of how users structurally construct relationship frustration online. Furthermore, from a theoretical standpoint, very few studies have applied Bayesian mechanics to modern text-first microblogs. The exact relationship between a user choice of vending strategy and the corresponding audience reply patterns is fundamentally unexamined. We don't yet know how platform-specific constraint and affordance influence either the expression of frustration or the generation of social support. To address these gaps, the overarching aim of this study is to investigate how threats users linguistically and pragmatically construct relationship venting and how those specific strategies relate to audience reply patterns using Grass's cooperative principle as a lens. To achieve this, first, to identify the specific linguistic features used in relationship venting posts on threads. Second, to analyze how users flout crisis conversational maxim within this discourse. And third, to examine the relationship between this venting strategy and the subsequent audience reply patterns. To maintain analytical clarity, let us define our core concept. Relationship venting is treated here as public English language, threads, posts, where individuals disclose negative emotions regarding romantic partner, friends, or family. Interpersonal frustration is operationally identified through textual expressions of anger, disappointment, blame, or dissatisfaction directed yet at another individual. Finally, threads serves as our primary platform environment, chosen because its text-first microblogging architecture is uniquely designed for rapid-threaded public interaction. On the analytical side, we rely on Price's cooperative principle, which states that effective communication relies on four maxims: quantity, quality, relation, and manner. Maxim flouting occurs when a user intentionally breaks a maxim, not to deceive, but to imply a deeper pragmatic meaning, such as using exaggeration, oversharing, or chaotic punctuation to emphasize distress. Audience replies are operationalized as the first 10 replies attached to a venting post, which we will categorize into interaction types like sympathy, advice, or humor. This entire structure is underwritten by computer mediated discourse analysis, or CMDA, to look deeply at language patterns in online spaces. The significance of this study is theoretically it extends Grice's classical framework into emotionally charged digital environments, enriching the field of CMDA with empirical data from newer platforms. Practically, it serves several stakeholders. It helps everyday users understand how their emotional expressions are perceived online. It equips digital literacy educators to teach responsible online communication. And lastly, it offers platforms designer insights into interactional behavior and audience engagement dynamics during high affect communication. A literature review grounds this research in established findings. Scholars like Bazarova and Choi established that public venting relies on emotion-laden language and rhetorical devices, while Chekik and Bate highlight that text-based medium heavily force users to rely on paralinguistic cues to prevent misinterpretation. Looking at Gaussian application on social media, researchers like Ayunon, Haq, and others have shown that maxims are frequently non-observed in digital spaces. For instance, the quality maxims is regularly flouted in emotionally charged posts, and the relevance or quantity maxims are often broken to serve humor, sarcasm, or extreme criticism. The literature synthesis highlights a critical gap. Prior work relies heavily on self-reported survey rather than naturally occurring discourse, and no study has yet merged crisis maxim with relationship venting on threads. This is exactly why crisis framework is ideal. It provides the granular focus we need. As seen in my conceptual framework, digital venting strategies map perfectly to the maxim. Linguistic exaggeration flouts quality, oversharing details flouts quantity, rapid topic shifting flouts relation, and fragmented or chaotic punctuation flouts the maxim of manner. Moving on to methodology, the study employs an unobtrusive, non-reactive qualitative discourse analysis. Our final corpus yield will consist of 60 original English language relationship venting posts from threads, capturing the first 10 replies for each post. This targets up to 600 total interaction. Data collection follow five rigorous phases: executing targeted keyword searches, screening against strict inclusion or exclusion criteria, capturing full visual screenshots, truly anonymizing all personal identifiable data, and logging metadata into a master database. To execute our analysis, posts are coded across structural and emotional categories, identifying bending markers, target references, intensifiers, hedges, or capitalization. The analysis proceeds in five distinct stages. Stage one is granular transcription, preserving exact orthographic deviations. Stage two applies the Gaussian flouting analysis. Stage three extracts the thematic venting features. Stage four categorize audience replies into our eight distinct types. Finally, stage 5 cross-tabulates these variables to synthesize relational themes and uncover exact interactional patterns. In conclusion, this study bridges pragmatic theory with modern computer-mediated communication, offering a systematic look at how we navigate interpersonal frustration in text-first social spaces. Thank you very much. I'm now open to question and feedback.